Hey, welcome back to the channel. How's everyone doing out there? Thanks for tuning in to have a look at the MP-08 Oversized Grimlock. This one's coloured in the shattered glass continuity scheme, and it looks pretty good at first view. But before we get down to talking about the figure, let's talk a bit more about him. So this is using the old 2017 mould, which has been enlarged over the years to make it bigger, more in line with modern Masterpiece. There's been a couple of different versions of this mould up until now. I think there's been a chromed version. I vaguely remember seeing a gold version of it, and then obviously there's a standard upscale of the original MP-08 Masterpiece. The packaging comes in a plain brown box, nothing special on there at all, if you can even see that a bit close. However, you'd think the packaging is quite substantial. Quite a thick foam lid with a nice thick foam case. Accessories, pretty light on the ground. One orange crown. One Grimlock style blaster. And of course it wouldn't be Grimlock without the sword. All done in the shattered glass colouring, matching the figure pretty well. Only one point, some of the figures show there's also a green, more metallic crown that comes with it, but my copy's only got the orange crown. But also in the box there's only space for the orange crown, there's no other cutouts or space where you would put it. So I wonder if there's a slightly different version, or whether they run where you got the extra crown with it. So this figure itself's been available for a little bit of time now. I think I got mine back late last year, but I've just checked this morning to see the price of it, and show.z, for example, I've got these back up for pre-order. They're coming in at, it says $89 on the website, so that works out to be about £67. It's quite a good price, I'd say, for a figure of this size. Talking of size, let's get him measured up, see how big he actually is. So, at the moment I've got him head height about 30 centimetres, 31 centimetres. The website has him at 32 centimetres, probably about right. The legs look a little bit bent on how he's standing. So yeah, we'll go with the website's 32 centimetres, which works out to be about 12.6 inches. Now let's have a closer look at the figure. Starting with the head, it's got the old gimmick where the eyes change colour. I'll stiff this one. Yeah, it's pretty stiff. So that might be a consideration. I'll have a play with that and come back to it. The eyes should change colour. Okay, without breaking a fingernail, I've managed to get the switch working. I did have it working. That is super. See, and now we have, getting a little bit closer, a nice metallic orange colour. But it is rather stiff to flip them back, and I wonder, is it actually rubbing in there as well? Maybe it's not a good idea to flick that regularly. There we go, back to the green. Moving down, the purple chest part. Nice green accents. A bit more orange, purple toes. The Shattered Glass Autobot logo is already pre-applied. Nice feet. And overall, I think they've done a very good job with the colour scheme. it matches the recent mainline shattered glass Grimlock that's been released recently. Let's give it a quick spin. The side a bit more orange. Great. I think the plastic's been fully painted. It looks a bit, look at the panels, they all look like they had some paint on it. Okay. The only issue I found on mine is I've got some paint rub on the back. I'm pretty sure that's from when it was in transport, the arms rubbing inside the box, catching it. Bit of a shame. The figure's not going to be displayed from the back, is it really? It's there, but forget about it at some point. Okay, so overall, first impressions and first looks, very good figure. It looks the part. Let's go for the articulation. Okay, so articulation for this guy, it's probably been done a million times on the internet due to the age of the mould. It's going to be no different to the previous versions or colourings. So starting with the head, up and down ball peg, you do get quite a bit, full side to side, and look, that's right back and down. It does the job. Shoulders are on a ball joint, because obviously they turn for legs when he's transformed. They would go right the way around, but obviously his back wings or the dino chest sort of get in the way. Very stiff, a bit of in and out. Moving down, bicep swivel. I'd say less than 90-degree elbow bend. The hand, this is where it shows its age, is dated. It's designed just to hold either weapon with the trigger finger moving slightly and a thumb. Moving down to the knees, friction outwards, a bit of extra hip move for transformation. The hip skirts don't move, the whole leg comes out forward on a friction as well. Then ratcheted knee joints and a bit of articulation in the feet and thigh swivel. Being quite a dated mould nowadays, its articulations are a little bit lacking compared to some of the newer ones. As in, there's no fingers moving apart from the one. This hand's got even less, it's just got the thumb. I think this is the arm which has the light up gimmick in the hand, which is why the peg on the sword and gun is clear, but he holds them just fine. And popping his crown on, the right way around. And I'm failing the first hurdle. No, it is that way. I was right the first time. There we go. So yeah, articulation showing its age, but you know, it's getting on for 10 years old now. It still looks the part. And it's something slightly different. So with these reruns, I've seen them in the past, they appear for a while, then they dry up over the next few years. So whether you're able to get this in another 10 years, who knows? Right, let's have a look at some comparison with some other Grimlocks. Okay, here he is next to Gigapowers. I always thought they're very similar in height, these two. If not with MP-08 Oversized Reximus being slightly taller in the shoulders. But the Gigapower one does look a bit more substantial in the chest area. Something slightly different, here he is next to, I think it's Planet X IDW Grimlock, where again Reximus or shattered glass version is again slightly bigger. And finally, let's have a look at him next to his robot form. And Here's an earlier version of the Oversized MP-08 KO. That's how he'd look, well, that's how the size would be in his robot form. So again, quite a big figure, so if you're buying it, just be conscious you need a bit of space to display him in. And finally, let's see him next to MP-44. And there we go. So, definitely bigger than the original MP-08, definitely bigger than the Fantoys Grimlock, which I haven't got to hand. I've only got it in robot mode. Not robot mode, dyno mode. But he fits in well with the MP scale. So, again, I got mine from show.z for about £70. Was it £70? I can't remember what I said 5 minutes ago. About £70, £66, which is about $80, $90. Would I recommend it? Personally, I would again, due to the difference in it, because it's quite a different offering. It's something new. It's something a little bit different, and it's quite eye-catching. And I think that is it, really. Sums it up. Thanks again for watching. If the video did help, I'd appreciate a like. It means a lot to me. So, hopefully see you in the next one. Take care.